All right. Just want to make sure that the stream is working. Okay. Make sure that my sound is working. All right. Oh yeah. Just want to make sure that the stream is working. Okay. Make sure that my sound is working. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just want to make sure that the stream is working. Here we go. Hello, hello. I think you're on here. If you can, just say hi whenever you can. I'm just going to wait just another minute. I apologize for the little delay. The stream software was giving me some issues here. Looks like someone came. Hey, there she is. Is this Margarita? Margot? I think it's in real time. I'm not sure. Is that you, Margot? Yeah! Hello, how are you? It's so crazy that you actually messaged me when you did about this because I don't know if you are, but I'm going to the 20-year reunion. I'm going to be in Quincy in a week or two. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I haven't been back since like early 2000s. So I'm kind of excited to go back, honestly. I heard it's changed a lot, so okay. So I should have one or two more people that are going to hop on. And I want to give them a minute or two to log on. Maybe even 3 people. So we'll just give it just a minute. Yo, what's going on? Is this Danielle? I can't see from your profile picture here. Oh, Aaron, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Well, I guess you see me. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of nervous and excited. So I did some construction work for a guy up in Illinois, and he's letting me stay at his house for free. So if that wasn't really the case, I'm not sure if I would have gone. So yeah, for sure, man. We're going to get into it. I was going to wait to see if I have 2 more people that said they wanted to come on. So I just want to give them just another minute to see if they're going to come on, but we can we can go ahead and start. That's fine. So I think the way I'm going to start this today is we're just going to take a couple breaths, and while we're doing this, we're just going to kind of relax into the flow of what's going to happen today. So when we close our eyes, when we take a couple breaths, I want you to think of something. So if it's only just going to be a couple of us people, I'm going to do 2 cards for you. No, I don't have 20 decks. I have 6, but I have 6 decks, but I'm going to work with 4 today. And 1 is going to be me. I'll draw a card for you and I'll read you something. And then when we take this moment and take a breath, I want you to just start thinking of a question that you'd like to ask. So I'll give you one from me, and then I will take your question, and then I will give you an answer from that. So I have 4 decks I'm going to choose from. One is called, this stupid filter on the phone, it's called Messages from Our Guides. This is one of my favorite new decks. It's my newest deck. It's my favorite. It's very simplistic. And I have not memorized all of this. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read I'll draw the card. I'll read the little description, and then based on that, if I have some kind of download or some kind of channel come through, I'll tell you what I feel like this card is for you. I hope that's okay. The second deck is a Moonology. The third deck is called Beyond Lemuria. These are really cool cards, and they actually have the description on the card. And then the Sacred Light Oracle. Also one of my favorite decks. And if you've watched, I've streamed a couple times, and I stream some Rocket League, and I just talk about things that are ailing me at the moment, or some kind of lesson or something like that. And in my streams, I do these two the most. Oh yeah, especially having as many decks as I do, it's just too much. So let's just hop right into it, and we'll just close our eyes for a minute and just take 3 or 4 breaths and just kind of sink into your space, and just get in mind something that you'd like to ask me. All right, so let's just hop right into it. Let's just do one more breath. All right. Okay, so Aaron, my friend Margot was on here first, so I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit her right away. So let me see what I'm gravitated towards. And it'll give you a little time to type in what question you have in mind for me. And for your free one, well, your first free one, okay. So I'm feeling called, for your first card, Margot, I'm going to do a Sacred Light Oracle. All right? Oh, yeah, Margot, in Florida. Yeah, you're a little bit farther away. I have a bunch of family in Florida. You'll have to tell me where you're at. Clarity and truth about someone who passed away. Okay. So we'll do this first card, and then I'll talk a little more with you about this. These aren't spreading too well on this surface here. Okay. So for my first question, I'm just asking, what is something that Margot needs to hear right now? Okay. So, Tampa, that's awesome. I have family in Clearwater, so right across the bridge. Next time when I'm down there, I'll have to give you a shout out. I had no idea you were down there. I mean, I knew you were in Florida because I saw a post saying that you were in Florida, but I didn't know you were in Tampa. That's really cool. Okay, so for the first card, it's called Temple Secrets. Secrecy, isolation, observation, and ritual magic. This is a really, really cool card. Honestly, kind of looks like you a little bit with the dark hair and this. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm digging that. There's candles in the bottom right, and there's like, it almost looks like a jungle with like some skulls on the bottom left. And I love all the geometric shapes and figures there. I don't know if you can see all the detail. Hopefully the blurring is kind of even off there. There we go. So I'll hop right in and I'll just read that for you. All right. Secrecy, isolation, observation, ritual magic. With sacred ritual and practical magic, the temple holds many secrets about its people and purpose and its ancient ritual practice, traditional practice. Temples are sacred spaces that we can reveal hidden mysteries through the soul and psyche. When you connect to the divine through the temple magic, secrets of the universe can be unlocked and witnessed. The alchemic practice of sacred ritual can be observed through deep chants, devout prayer, and vows held sacred within the walls of each temple. The secrets held in temple ritual must be honored by the seeker and keepers of the temple's divine and hidden magic. Their sacred light beckons each seeker, igniting past life recall on their spiritual quest. Residing on the Green Ray, Ascension Master Hilarion asks you to seek and hear truth with open ears. Your spoken word reflects your integrity, so be direct and assertive. Combine your creative and analytical mind to find answers buried in your soul's intelligence. A master of science, Hilarion asks you to connect further into your inner light through the discovery using methodical, systematic approach to your goals and life's quest. Connect further to your inner light through discovery and method, and honor your inner temple with a devout practice. Not everyone sees the world as you do. Ask Hilarion to bring the light of illumination to unveil the path for self-discovery. Be careful of tempting offers from other people as they come with hidden catches. So, oh yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Dealing with secrets from other people. The Philippines, the jungle, and South Carolina family secrets. Wow. Well, isn't that right? I feel like as I was reading this, the second to last paragraph asks you to seek and hear truth with open ears. Your spoken word reflects your integrity, so be direct and assertive. I feel like I was getting kind of like an intuitive ping that there's something like a block that isn't being confronted, and it needs to be. There's something there, and it could be, it could be a secret. It could be an issue that is causing you, I don't know if pain is the right word, uncomfort, discomfort. Spot on. Okay. Cool. Well, I love that. I'm trying to see if anything else is coming through. But I don't know the whole situation. So, if I had to say something, I'd say find a way to address this issue. And it's funny, I actually talked with, no one will tell me the truth, even if I ask. Maybe that's my approach. Yeah, and actually that's very similar to something. So I talked with Aaron, which is one of the other guys on the call right now, about this last night. And the better quality question we ask, the better quality answer we're going to get. That's tough. Trust the science and the results on paper. I'm getting a no. And I don't know if it's, so I feel like that was two different questions. Trust the science and the results on paper. I feel like that's two different things, but I was getting a strong no. And I don't know what that could be. The science might be right, but the results on paper might be altered. It's kind of what I'm getting. So, finding questions, finding better quality questions. And I even spoke with Aaron about this last night. Ask lots of questions, and it'll help lead you to the right question. And when you find that right question, you'll find the answer that you're looking for. It is the same thing. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like it's two different things. The science and the results feel like two different things in my mind. I don't know what that means, though, because I don't know everything about our situation. But I think my advice on this would be question everything. Because the science might be correct, but maybe someone is interpreting something in the wrong way. And so what goes on paper isn't exactly what happens. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the situation. But that's kind of what I'm getting. And now I'm not really getting anything. Like I've said everything that I need to say on this. So I don't know. Does that help at all? Makes sense? Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Well, I want to help you the best I can with what I can do, but like I said, I don't have all the information. Dang. Okay, maybe do you think the question that you asked earlier will tie into this? I'm going to scroll up in the chat and see. Clarify. I want clarity and truth about someone who passed away. Okay. Okay. Maybe we need to ask a second question and pull another card. It's just the timing is wrong. The timing for the card read or your timing on what you're dealing with? I do like that idea, Aaron. Pulling another card. Can you, Margot, can you? I think so. I took a DNA test and the results show one thing and everyone else says another or nothing at all. Oh, shrouded in mystery. Ooh, okay. I get that. There's a lot of uncertainty there, isn't there? Margot, can you see the chat? Do you like what Aaron's writing? Should you let it go for now? When you asked that, I mean, immediately I got the answer no. I feel like this is a part of you. There's too much uncertainty around something, and it's not letting you rest like you should be able to rest. Does that feel right? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I like that idea from Aaron. We're gonna pull another card for you. What do I do to get the clarity I'm after? Trusting in self is the first thing that popped in my head. Trusting in yourself, trust in your intuition. Because everything that's going on, I do believe that you have the answers within. And you know, when you read something, like when you read those test results, I'm sure you could feel something differently moving in you. Like this isn't right, or it is right. Can you describe that? Did you read the results and have? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think you're on the right path, and I think you're underestimating your own intuition. Okay. So let's do one more. Yeah, let's do what do I do to get the clarity I'm after. So I am doing just messages from our guides. This is nice and simple. There's a little sentence on the front that tells you something, and I will obviously read you this. So I've been practicing tuning in to my own energy, my own intuition, and learning this and doing this right. And I find that personally, when I find the right question, the energy is almost overwhelming. And that question, what do I do to get the clarity I'm after? That was overwhelming in my mind. Like the energy around this car. Oh my god, that is fucking perfect. Look at that. What do I do to get the clarity I'm after? Oh, come on. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Possess self-confidence. All right, so let's go here. Let's read this for you. No one knows you better than you know yourself. Oh, fucking ass. Living your life trying to fulfill the expectations of others is disregarding your soul's blueprint. Man, isn't that the truth? As you contemplate this card, think to yourself, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. When you have a strong sense of self, then you are sure of yourself and fully understand the choices you make. Understanding your choices and then acting on them also involves accepting the consequences. It can become so easy to blame others for your woes if you allow them to influence you. You must learn to trust yourself enough so that you can access the wisdom within your soul, man, because it belongs to you. You are the receptacle of the wisdom and guidance that is unique to your soul's path, so you have the confidence to put it into action. You are a courageous soul for choosing to come back into this dimension of illusion and limitation. So channel that courage now that you are here. Don't miss the opportunities that the guides have strewn on your path by following in someone else's footsteps. Never lose the courage of your convictions. And man, that's exactly along the lines that we were talking about. I do believe, I'm kind of sensing that this answer will provide you with some closure that you need, but it's also not needed. Does that make sense? I feel like this is a question that you've been asking for some time. I have a psych degree, development of psychology, childhood development. I know why I chose that degree before I really knew why. Yeah, I can build up and help others, but it's hard to build my... Yeah, isn't that the truth? Confidence and self-truth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, trusting in yourself and trusting in these answers. I understand having this closure will be important, but is it necessary? I don't know. I'm not getting this overwhelming urge that it needs to be answered, but I feel like you already know the answer. And I think that you're questioning yourself, and that's where that self-confidence card came in. Oh yeah, look, let's see what Aaron says. My interpretation, if I may, is if you relate that to your DNA test, I think that the DNA test doesn't matter because that new information, expected or unexpected, doesn't change who you are. Yeah. No, absolutely. And actually, this is funny. It's something that Aaron and I talked about last night. So thank you. You actually mirrored what I've been writing and working on for myself and all. Thank you so much, Margot. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard for us to see those qualities in ourselves when it's so easy for us to see them in others. That's amazing though. It's something that I don't know if I actually said to Aaron last night, but our family is who, I mean, blood is family, but also we get to choose our own family. We're not stuck with anybody if we don't want them to be in our lives. I have plenty of family members that are honestly just not good people. They don't make great decisions. I mean, in my perspective, it's not a good decision. For them it could be in the moment, but then they double down on it. Even if they know that they're wrong, they double down on it. And I haven't talked to them in, I don't know, 20, 30 years, and it doesn't affect me. I get to choose my family. My wife is my family. No relation at all. So we did, yeah. Carl Jung theorized about individuation. Yeah. Yeah. He did. Yeah. But there's also something else to it. We have spirit, we have this body. We our souls chose to have this experience and experience these emotions and everything that comes along with it. And some things are important and some things aren't. So the questions that we asked, we were hitting, it was definitely showing. Yeah. Yeah. The shadow work, the light and the dark. Actually, that's hilarious. Aaron and I talked about that last night too. Yeah, the duality. Light, dark, sun, moon, opposites. Yeah. Yeah. Can't be light without darkness. And vice versa. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, Margot, so I hope you have at least something to think about. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, this also just encourages me, makes me want to do this again and again because I love that reading and that's amazing. So we did that. We did that question. Are you satisfied with your answer? And should I move on to Aaron? Or are you feeling like you need to talk some more? By the way, it's not alcohol, it's coconut water. I am, thank you. Just keep. Yeah, I love that. So if I do this again, would you want to get another reading again? I don't know whether I'll do it maybe every 2 weeks or maybe a month. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, trust yourself 100% and learn to listen to your intuition. And it looks like different things to different people, but like a small pull towards something, or maybe you'll feel your gut or your heart, a little flutter. Maybe your stomach will, turn a little bit or whatever. Yeah, okay, perfect. We'll do that again. Hell yeah. Okay, well, I'll keep you posted, Margot, and then we'll go into Aaron. So, Aaron. Okay. Would you like a free card from me and then your question, or would you like me just to do your question right away? Yes. Yes. No, absolutely. With developing intuition, you have to learn what these little signs and signals and, we call them coincidences, but I don't believe in coincidences. There's always a reason. But yeah, you need to learn how to read those type of pings. You can't just always blindly trust something. It could be trying to pull you back from something. Timing is good to pull just for the question right away. Okay, cool. So, Aaron, what should I do, change, or continue to do to help me along this path of healing I am doing, both physically and mentally, since it's all kind of intertwined? Okay, so we'll boil it down to... Okay, sorry, there's more things popping up. I think it's because fear, sometimes, yeah, it does. It's a scary thing to let go and just trust in you. It's a terrifying thing, but in hindsight, you can go back and look at things through your whole life and you'll realize, holy shit, I was right about that. Okay, Aaron. Use your intuition, Oracle guy. Do what you feel. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So I'm kind of getting that the general reading and your question are going to go hand in hand. So we'll pull one, and if we need to pull more, we can pull more. But I'm going to pull these up. Let's see. I like that you feel in tune to you. So you let me know which deck, and I'll draw one. Let's see. So Beyond Lemuria, which is the small one to my left. We have the Moonology, we have Sacred Light, and we have... Yeah, okay. Which one are you feeling? For you, I'm kind of getting pulled towards one in particular. Ah, okay. All right. That's not what I had in mind, but I have no problem doing that. Okay, so Moonology for your first card, and then Sacred Light for your question. Okay, we can do that. Margot, if you hop off, say goodbye. Unless you're already gone. Unless you're going to hang out and listen. Okay. Well, it'll change. I was kind of feeling drawn to the Beyond Lemuria card for you. But that's okay. I'm letting this up to you. I want to see how strong yours is based off of our conversation last night. So here we go. Awesome, thank you. So this card, it's the Moonology. It is Luck is on your side. Noon Moon in Sagittarius. That's a cool card. There we go. Stupid filters trying to knock it off. That was a really cool card, though. New Moon in Sagittarius. Ooh, this one's a little different. 58. All right. So, whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put... No, that was worded weird. It looks set to put a smile on your face. It looks set to put a smile on your face? Okay. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something there, as the wheel of fortune is spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically. By exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. Attune to the moon, count your blessings, literally, write them down or say them out loud. And then there's some additional meanings for this card. You need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course of study or teaching. Don't be narrow-minded. Start a week of gratitude practice. Man, we talked about all of this last night. That's crazy. I don't feel lucky. Maybe it's turning. Yeah. The teaching. Sagittarius is the sign of fun, travel, exploration, and the great cosmic quest. It's the sign of big ideas. The energy is expansive, upbeat, lucky, and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius excludes all of this. As does this card when you draw it. Nothing is set in stone with Sagittarius, and an optimistic energy could attract all manner of good things if you tap into the energy by expecting the best. This card kind of hits on... Yeah, we talked about that last night. We talked about several of the things that I just said last night. Counting your blessings, literally. We talked about you coming back from Australia and the impact that your time there had on you. So, additional meanings. You need to laugh more. It's a wonderful time to start a new course of study or teaching. And I think that you're moving down that path beautifully. Cuba? Hi, Ron. Wait, is your brother on here? Or is that your dad, Aaron? Ah, hi. Hello, Mr. Dorf. I'm sorry, that's what we call each other when we were playing games last night. So, I don't know if a trip is coming up for you. Maybe it is. We didn't talk. But this overall message of this card, that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift. Even if that simply means widening your worldview. Which I know we talked together last night briefly. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Come on. So I don't know. I think just that talk, that small talk, we had a couple of revelations last night. And I think we kind of got on the path of something, and I think you're already moving towards everything that we just said. Like you're doing a lot of things to move yourself forward. And maybe you're missing some of the joy is kind of the message that I'm getting. You're missing some of the joy. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's what's kind of coming into my head. Maybe it's just the simple joy of life, going outside, being in nature, or joy with family or friends, or maybe just simply the things that you are doing. But that's kind of what I was getting. Does that resonate at all? It almost feels like you're stopping happiness from coming in. It's like it's being filtered through some of that pessimism. Yeah. And just being present. You're focused on getting better. You're focusing on the future, which is creating more anxiety because your mind will run if you let it run. And you're creating all these different futures, and not a single one of them is certain. So yeah, living, you're reading The Power of Now. So just ground into that. What can you be grateful and appreciative in this moment? And like your dad said, surrender. Don't try to fight what is. Don't try to fight the future and try to control it, because the only thing we can really control is ourselves and our mind and our thoughts and our emotions. So how can you surrender? How can you bring joy into your life and start living it in a different way? I know you had some trauma in your background, as I have. I've had a tremendous amount of trauma. And I understand that. Like, we sometimes get wrapped up in it, but it's a habit to create that gratitude in our lives. And we have to remind ourselves that the past is the past. It's no longer anything. The only thing is this moment. Oh, I think I'm too focused on getting better and not present in how that's happening. Yes, I can still enjoy life even though I felt like it's been suffering for a while. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I've seen this message, and I'm sure you've heard the stories all along. You see people who are billionaires, just completely loaded up with money, and they're just miserable. They just don't like their lives. Millionaires, same thing. And then you find somebody who's been diagnosed with a terminal disease, and they have 3 months to live, and they're the happiest people on the face of the planet. Yeah, Margot, being present in the moment sometimes takes practice or redirection. That's all it takes. And you can do that for yourself. Just creating practices, having some kind of trigger in yourself. What that trigger is, I don't know. I'm a little different. I'm a visual learner. You're an audible learner. So what can you do to remind yourself? There's tons of different things. Being present. That's what I'm getting. Being present will solve more of your problems than you think. 100%. Margot hit it. Cool. So, the question, what was the question again? It is so far in the chat, I cannot find it. Can you just ramble off that question again, maybe? And we'll do the Sacred Light Oracle for you. What should I do, change, or continue to do to help me along this path of healing I am on, both physically, mentally? It's kind of intertwined. Okay, thank you. Fear and anxiety means you're still caught up with the past and worried about the future. Yeah, 100%. I do that a lot. Being aware helps redirect those thoughts in a present moment. And it's the simple things that make it. Yeah, Margot, that's spot on, because I think I told him that last night. Anxiety is just being... You're creating too much about the future. There's too many things, there's too many variables, and your mind is running through too many things, and you can never have all the answers. And then living in the past is just depression, because you're, oh my God, I thought things were better back then. I think my dad has the Seika. Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome. Ron, it's a great deck. I love the Sacred Oracle deck. And I love the gold edges too. It's nice and stiff. Makes it really hard to shuffle, but I love these. So what should you do, change, or continue to do to help you along this path of healing that you're on, both physically and mentally? You know, I don't know. I'm not feeling drawn to that question. I got virtually nothing from any card. Maybe we can okay, cool. This is Ann Stark who did this card, who did these cards. It's amazing. I'm unfamiliar with those decks, though. I mean, I don't... James Van Buren, Izzy Ivy, no. Let's see if we can, Aaron, let's see if we can rephrase that question. Yeah, Margot, you're lucky though. You're in Florida. You're right on the beach. Yeah, go stick your feet in the sand in the ocean. Oh man, I'm very jealous of that. Aaron, let's see. What can we do? I do change or continue. What about something like, what is one thing that I need to hear right now that will help move me forward in a positive way? What do you think about that? How am I changing my habits? Aid me on my healing journey, both body and mind. Did you like what I said? Okay. What is one thing I can hear right now? Oh, wow. We're on to something. What? I don't know. That was very strong. I just want to be focused on my health of body and mind. Sure. No, I get that. Oh, look at that. Sacred space. Positive outcome. Charity. Lucky attraction. Removing obstacles. Holy. Holy. Look at that. I love that. And I don't know how clearly you can see it, but she's got, well, it looks like Ganesh, the elephant goddess, on her shirt. And then her hands are kind of, they're not like covering her heart, but they're right at her heart center. Very bright and vibrant colors, as you could see. I mean, I don't know if the camera even brought it through that well. That is a very cool card too. I don't know if I've ever drawn that one. I feel like I have, but man, a positive outcome, like right off the bat. Clarity, lucky attraction. I mean, you've even said in here you don't feel that lucky. Removing obstacles. Bam. I almost suggested a hobby or helping others. Why? Like volunteer work or mentorship in a way. Look at that. Margot coming in. Look, this card is spot on. Oh, I forgot to keep the number here. Number 26. Been trying to work on decompressing after work, separating work and business, and making my home my sacred space. Sure, yeah. I mean, but it's the thing. It is our whole life. We can't and we shouldn't separate and compartmentalize everything, because everything in our life will directly affect everything else in our lives. Look at that. Sometimes helping yourself and brings positivity and networking. Ron. Yeah, dropping the elephant. Yeah, the elephant makes sense for me. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just got back from Thailand, too. Dude, that's crazy. Margot is spot on. Look at that. Intuition. Bam. Forgot the number again. 26. All right, let's read this. Before I forgot again. Wow, okay. So, regardless of philosophy or religion, all individuals have a sacred space they retreat to when needing solace, prayer, or reflection to heal in the mind, body, and spirit. Sacred spaces are often religious centers such as cathedrals, monasteries, and churches, but can also be rainforest waterfalls or tranquil ponds. Unbound by location, it only needs to be an area that you find comfort in when connecting to your spiritual self. Setting a sacred space is essential to create a focused spiritual sanctuary, as you are setting a tone and vibration for that area to amplify your personal power and universal energy. While you may find you have no time for routine or imperfections, regular space clearing will help keep your vibration high and your mind clear. Cosmic Master Lord Ganesh offers seekers the knowledge of sacred purity from the fifth ray. Let more light in to brighten your space to cleanse your energy fields. Using traditional herbs and offerings, this cosmic master will release trapped or murky energy, transmuting energetic portals that have interfered with the natural balance and positive feng shui. The Elephant Master can clear obstacles that are interfering with your life. Ascension Master Lord Ganesh requires you to find your sacred space by carefully cutting away all old energy to connect you to a clearer path. Lord Ganesha can bring you closer to divine manifestations, your desires, and personal dharma. And the affirmation that comes along with this is, I am clear, I am cleansed, my soul is whole and complete. Sacred ceremonies will bring rewarding resolutions. Hey man, I feel like that's... We talked about that briefly last night. Elephants are your favorite animal? That's awesome. That's so crazy. So, we talked about this briefly. right? Like you go to work and then when you come home, we talked about your friend who calls, and at first it kind of felt like you spoke of him as a burden. You came and you can you Discord me a picture of the card and the passage in that book? Sure. And then after talking with you, you completely flipped the script and you said you enjoyed that. So it's all about how we look at things, and then your home should be your sacred place. Like my office, I've had people who come into my office and it makes them feel uncomfortable to be in here. I do all my energetic healing in here. I do all my tarot card readings in here. I do all my oracle card readings in here. I do all my sessions in here. And then I have, like, on this shelf right here, I probably have 200 stones of all different types. I just love the stones. I mean, I feel like they help me. They all have a different vibration. So it's creating your sacred space. What can you do to create a place of support and security for yourself to kind of go into, to pull away from everything outside and remind you of joy and relaxation and peace. Peace is a strong word that is very strong. I feel like this healing for me is a little more difficult, or this oracle card reading, only because I've been influenced by our conversation last night. I think when you create this safe space for yourself, this sacred space, I think it'll allow you the opportunity to relax. And in that, you will grow. In that, you will get answers and realize that the path that you are on is the correct path, and you need not to you don't need to push anything. You're doing the right things. You're reading the books to learn. You're seeking help. You're seeking knowledge. Everything that you're doing is right. You don't need to push the boundaries. That's what I'm getting. So, and my father and I were just talking about that today too. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's crazy. Everyone always needs something from me, but I don't feel like I have much to give these days. You absolutely do. You need rest and time to recuperate. Absolutely. And don't discount yourself. You have tons to give. But we also talked about that last night. It's creating those boundaries. And that's huge right now, right? This sacred space is your boundary space. What can you do? Maybe it's a room in your house, apartment, whatever. Can you create a space within there? Open the windows, put your phone away. But you're on the right track. I don't think that you need to push any harder. I think that you're pushing yourself to learn and to grow, and that you should be healed and perfect already. But that is not what this journey is about. This is life. These are the lessons we need to learn. We need to walk this path. It sounds like you're a lot like me. When I go traveling, I want to like skip the plane flight and I just want to be there. But the plane flight and everything leading up to getting to the destination is the traveling. And that's what this is, your life. You are doing the right things. I think you need to cut yourself some slack because you are doing everything beautifully. find the grace, find that peace, and you'll heal faster. I guarantee it. I also feel like with the luck turning thing, I need to work a bit harder on finding a new space to call my own home. Elevate my living situation, and it's time for rest. I don't think you need to work any harder. Harder is not going to be, you can't control these things. So, back in 2020, COVID, it was the first year of COVID, and my wife and I wanted to get out of our apartment. And we looked at maybe over 150 homes, and we put offers in probably like 40. And every single one we got outbid. Every single one by $20,000 to $40,000, and we're just not going to do that. It's just way too much over asking price. And then this home came up, and we came in, and we were supposed to be the first ones to walk through it, but we got held up, so we were the second people to do a walkthrough of this home. And then we put an offer on it for the exact asking price, which we had done for most of the homes, because at that time, no one was accepting anything less than what they were asking. And I filled out a letter. I did, they call them a love letter. So I wrote a note to the homeowners, and I told them that I'm a disabled veteran. I got out of the service, and I'm looking to find a home and create a family in this home. And our offer got accepted the next day at the exact price, when every other home that we had looked at, boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'll have to go back and watch this again and find and remember what cards we said here, because I don't remember all the cards off the top of my head. Possess self-confidence for you. Okay, I'll do that after if you don't mind. Yeah, absolutely. You taking off, Margot? Or are you going to hang around? So, Aaron, did that help? Oh, I don't mind. I can snap pictures afterwards. It's not a big deal. I know messages from our guides. We had the self-confidence one for you. Okay. Bye, Margot. Absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really, really appreciate it. And maybe I'll see you again in a couple weeks. Yeah. Okay. Go over the card again bit by yourself. Sure. But the most helpful thing was your intuition saying that I don't need to work harder. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. And that's kind of what I do, right? Like it's the card, and then it's what I'm getting pinged or channeled to say that goes along with that. And because I don't know everything, sometimes the message can get a little weird. But yeah, I think that you don't need to work harder. I think you're on the right path, and I don't think that you need to push yourself to do anything more that you're doing. All right? And in all honesty, maybe even slow down a little bit, because some of these lessons and some of this information will seep out because it's being introduced so quickly. And if it doesn't resonate, it goes away right away. When in actuality, it might have a little more value than you think. So yeah, I'll definitely snap pictures of the cards for you guys. No problem. It's nice to be seen because life has been so demanding, and I need a break, but I still need to keep healing, keep working on things. But I think the right amount of effort I'm putting is and here's the thing about that too. There is no guide to life There really isn't. Everybody is on their own path. There's no one hanging over your shoulder to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing at any given time. So the thing I would say is give yourself some leniency. Some days just go home and just lay on your floor. I did it the other day. I just laid on my floor. My cat and my dog came up. They just laid on me. And I just laid there, just existing. There was tons of things that I needed to do or that I should do or that I should learn or that I should clean. But you have to be lenient with yourself because you are having a human experience. This is all part of the process. You're doing a great job. Don't give up, but allow yourself to take time to breathe if necessary. And listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Man, I am burnt out today. I just need to sit down, crack a beer, smoke a joint, meditate, whatever. It doesn't matter. Allow yourself that leniency because you deserve it. Okay, so it's nice to be seen because life has been so demanding. Oh, I already read that one. Yep. Do you have time to pull a card? Absolutely, Ron. Let's get it. Anything from any deck. If not, no worries. No, I got you, Ron. We're doing one. Let's go. Ron, would you just like a general reading, or do you have a specific question in mind? Or I'll let you choose your deck. Well, let's see. Let's see what's calling to me. Absolutely, Ron. Let's go. Do you have a question? I'll give you a second to think of one. Okay. So I got the deck. There we go. I hope your name is Ron. I'm just assuming that it is because it's your username there. I'll do one little shuffle here. And then I'll wait for a question. You can just tell me if you just want a general reading or a question. Just pull and see if it lines with what. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say, what is one thing that Ron needs to hear in this moment? I'll do another shuffle. These cards are a little harder to fillet out. Okay. All right. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind. All right. Interesting. So I did the messages from the guides. It's one of my favorites. It's my newest deck, and I have just taken to it. So, does this ring a bell? Ooh, Release toxic relationships. I will just go ahead and read since you're on a little bit of a delay. Okay. In order for a soul to thrive, it needs to be in an environment of love and harmony. When there is discordance or imbalance, the soul suffers and the body is often left with emotional or physical pain. Oftentimes, souls like you, who are making progress on their spiritual path, will attract others who may be drawn to their light and can siphon off your energy, leaving you feeling depleted and empty. It is always the first impulse of the evolved soul to want to assist their fellow travelers who seem to be struggling. But there comes to a time when you must realize that their path and your path have little in common, and that it is for the best that you part ways. Sometimes a soul will be brought into your journey just so you can prove to yourself that you have the wherewithal to release them. Toxic relationships come in all forms and can be detrimental in many ways. In your life, attempt to release those who are not in accordance with your being and do not inspire your soul. You may need to restructure your sense of healthy boundaries with people in your life. Do not allow your kindness to be mistaken as an entry for others to mistreat you. Life is too short to be with others who are not enjoying the adventure and aren't helping you co-create a world you want to live in. Okay. Sending this after you pull the card for validation. Connecting with my guides. Sending this after you pull the card for validation. Okay. What do you think, Aaron? I'm almost feeling like this. I don't know whether a person is attached, but it's something in your life. Maybe a hobby? Something that you do? My jaw just got tight. This is a strange. Apparently they had a different message. Why way of thinking. His journey is cons. So I'm wondering which stage this is suggesting it's at. Who, your guides, Ron, gave you a different message? It's almost, yeah, I'm getting something is siphoning your energy. Really, you clench your jaw all the time. Wow, maybe that's what I'm feeling, man. Right here, just tightened up. So when I experience this, typically it means that there's something that you need to say or do that you're suppressing, which kind of actually goes along with this card. In my head, those are connected. Is there something that you need to say to somebody that you haven't said? Wait, hold on. No, you had a different message for me than me trying to connect with my guides. Sure, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that happens, but I feel like it's something that you need to hear. Man, yeah, my jaw, man. The message unsaid is kind of the path that I'm on. Definitely connected. Yeah, I agree. Like you were expecting it to tell. Like you were expecting it to tell you to get closer to them rather than talking about getting rid of relationships. I don't feel like that's entirely true. It's almost like there's something there. My third eye started to pulse heavily. Really? So, okay. Your thought was you don't feel like I have a connection with my guides. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. What is it that you are doing in your life that you feel like would be a hindrance to the connection that you're missing? Wait. So my thought was I don't feel like I have the connection with my guides. Ron is saying that. Aaron says, yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's some discourse with how you're communicating. I'm assuming you're talking about your father, or that they are not communicating with you. I'm assuming you're talking to him properly right now. So the jaw tightened. Something that needs to be said is being repressed or held back. Some kind of truth. And then my third eye started to pulse, and I kept seeing images of a triangle that almost looked like water around it. And that doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah, that could be it. Trying too hard to have a spiritual experience. Yeah, 100%. And I feel, Aaron, I feel like you're kind of right there too. Not necessarily in the same capacity. Yeah, Ron. Yeah. I think I'm trying to interpret a little more what the vision I had and why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. I feel like there's something that I'm missing that's right in front of me, but the words haven't been announced yet, if that makes sense. No, 100%. No, I totally get that. I'm just pulling cards, man. Yeah, 100%. You know what? Actually, I think we should pull another card. Maybe that'll help with the clarity. All right, I'm choosing though. I'm gonna choose. There's something else. Okay. Let's see if I can get anything else. Maybe this will resonate. I'm kind of getting. Yeah, it is very. It almost felt like an island. Like a right triangle, and it was yellow. And then it had like white waves coming off of it. And I'm not. It was pretty vivid, and my third eye was just pulsing. Right side up, so it was doot, 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 and then kind of pulsing outwards. Yeah, I don't know if that means anything. It was right side up, for sure. So let's think of something. Let's go with this. Let's go with I need a card to help advise Ron on how he should approach his spirituality. You like that? Yellow, correct. Do you like that? Why the terrified face? Oh, there we go. Cuba? Someone toxic over there with your fam plas? Maybe not you, but someone else over there needs help for you to teach them to get rid of a toxic relationship? Okay, cool. I'm wondering, since he said island, if it has something to do with that. But I don't want to influence the reading. I don't know. I don't know. Cuba's not really. Oh, really? It was your favorite color. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it was. That's crazy. Okay. So we're doing a Beyond Lemuria card. We'll go with that question. Ooh, that's a cool card. So, this is a really cool card, actually. I don't know, Liz. Come on. Alright. Here we go. So, it's called Heart Chakra. Unfurling Back to Love. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion, expand your awareness, and heart centered radiance for all beings on this planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet, in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. Yeah, I think I'm kind of that kind of resonates with me. Yeah, the dragonfly. Yeah, that was a cool card. I think that might be it. Are you feeling in touch with yourself? Yeah. Well, Aaron, so in that card, Beyond the Moria, is talking about your own heart chakra, finding your own love. And then the other card was talking about dropping the toxic relationships or toxic things. In my mind, it was more of a thing. I don't know. I can't quite get it. But dropping something negative out of your life and allowing your heart to fill back up with love. And when you do that, you'll get more connected with yourself again. Holding back on Dan. PTSD from his drinking. You do. You do feel in touch with yourself. Okay. So I'm guessing, Ron, you're talking to Aaron right there. So a relationship that you can't get rid of. Then clarity on how to work with it. I don't want to get too in depth, and I don't want you to go outside of your comfort zone, but is this Dan person a part of the family? Are you holding back saying something that needs to be said? I feel like we have one other lurker in the chat. Would you like to pipe up and get a free reading, person two? My husband, yellow triangle. Caution? I don't feel like that was a I don't know. I don't know the image, and I don't know what it represents. Nothing's coming through, but I don't feel like that's something you should dwell on. Oh, your husband. Okay. Hmm. Um. Yeah, I mean, definitely toxic trait, thing, and PTSD from his drinking. So alcohol could be that thing. Alcohol could be the thing that's creating toxic environment, and maybe showing love and showing that you care could be the solution that helps you forward. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So I have my camera on so I can monitor my chat because sometimes it goes a little funky. I have Aaron and Ron in here, and then I have one more person. Would that one more person like a free card reading, a free oracle reading? All you gotta do is pipe up in the chat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe we could do something like more direct. Yeah, continuing to love oneself. Yeah, but that wouldn't this card wouldn't come up if it was just, hey, just keep loving yourself, doing what you're doing. There's too many cards in here for you not to get that. Represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold back to love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. So those two cards may seem opposing, but they actually very well might work in tandem, because you have getting rid of toxic relationships is what it said, and then we get the draw the love card. So it's the how can we get rid of the toxic but also make sure that whatever we're doing is receiving that love that it deserves. And if it's a partner, talking to that person about their toxic behaviors, but also reinforcing good ones by showing love and showing that you care and showing that you're supporting. I don't know. They both point to toxicity. No. Not well. Are you talking about the heart chakra card? Because I don't see that at all. Expand your awareness for heart-centered radiance for all beings on this planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Yeah, but like we spoke about earlier, not everybody learns in the same way. What's the better question to ask? If someone isn't understanding something, if someone isn't grasping something, what do? Do we just quit? I don't think so. I think maybe when it's unfurled enough, we can reel the track. But also, it could be maybe talking to somebody, not having that question. And not only that, if people feel like you're just attacking them, even if they're loved ones, they can put up that wall. So maybe there's something else there. Maybe there's some other vulnerability that you could expose about yourself to allow them to let down their wall, and then you can communicate on a more even playing field. I don't know. Well, so let's put it this way. For Ron's reading, we said what's something that he needs to hear. And I found that sometimes I'll read a card and I'm like, what the hell is going on with it? Like, this doesn't make any sense. But then in a few days, something will happen and I'm like, oh, that card makes perfect sense. He has stopped drinking, but the linger effects still trigger me. Is that something that you've shared? I mean, PTSD comes in many different ways. I mean, I talked about that with Aaron. Our trauma to one person doesn't have to be trauma to another. I mean, it seems like you're a pretty open and intuitive person. Maybe the messages aren't getting through like you think that they are. They have a sense of humor, I'm sure of it. Well, yes, I mean, the universe is funny. Okay. I'm not really getting anything else. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything else. I feel like what those two cards produced is something that you needed to hear. Maybe it'll take you a day or two to actually it'll slide into place and you'll be like, "Oh, okay." Audio is still good. Can hear you, but video just went unsynced for the stream. Oh my god, really? Hmm. You might want to back out and come back in. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Ron. Sorry that the sound and video is messed up, but it's weird. Your reading had the most effect on me, but also the most confusing signals too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I checked my stream. My stream is working. Yeah, your reading was definitely the trickiest, Ron. Maybe when I do another one of these events in a week or two, or you can hop back on and maybe we can talk about if you found anything additionally. If anything resonated, over the next couple days or because I got images. I didn't get images for anybody else, just you, and I didn't get pain with anybody. I know, right? Earth School, love it, right? We're all going to learn, but that's I wanted to practice, and this is this is what this is about. I love that though. That's awesome. Hmm. Well, cool. All right. I guess. Oh, someone dropped off. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to take a few breaths for myself. If you'd like to join me, you can. I'm just going to ring this 528 hertz and just release what happened in this session, and then we can move forward, and I'll keep Aaron posted, and if you want to pop back in, I'd love that. It was cool talking with you, and I'd love to see if anything ended up coming of this, cuz I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me, maybe it'll come to you, and I'd love to hear anything you'd have to say. So, all right. Just a couple quick breaths. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I absolutely love this experience. And thank you for letting HMS Odyssey give you a free Oracle card reading. Have a great one. Bye, Ron. See you, Aaron. I think he already took off. He might have some problems. And thank you, Margot, too. Bye.